taking a break at this bonfire. Let me sit down real quick.
Not really all that winded, considering it like you actually took down that boss on the first try.
Right? That was so nice. I keep seeing ghosts everywhere. They're following me. But
Man, I remember like watching these one guys that like ended up picking a herald for the class, and they were trying so hard in vain just to get past like the first boss. But like the spear was just such an ineffective weapon against it.
Yeah, I see. Alright, I opened that door. Found a new area. There's some shit here. But yeah, as we were talking about between episodes, we were talking about how like oh, there's a thing there, guys. I was talking about like how I watch some Dark Souls for beginners thing, and they don't really tell you about those controls that you told me. Which I kind of thought like that's kind of some bullshit.
Yeah, there are like some things that a lot of like guys can sometimes leave out, or sometimes there they go.
There they go. Okay, but keep talking about your thing.
There's a lot of times where it really depends on the context of the information that you really need, and sometimes it's just like, okay, well, I already know about this stuff, just tell me the stuff like I need to know. But not every video is going to like always know and not like and be able to like account for all the things that you know and don't know.
Yeah. Like it seems like they just tell you about, I don't know, just simple tips about certain enemies, but they don't tell you about the controls like the sprinting, the jump. What else did you tell me? You told me about the sprint, the kick. Oh, I'm gonna kick this guy off.
I also told you about like...
wait. Yes! Yes! I did it! Oh, man. Silence. Appraisal 0. Okay.
There's quite... That's the sound of forgiveness.
Screaming and then silence.
Yeah.
Have you seen the whole series of Llamas with hats?
I've seen like... And I saw like up to one where essentially like the latest one that I saw was like
Carl! Oh shit, spoilers. Careful.
Oh yeah, casual spoilers.
That's basically the last episode. Yeah.
If you want to like bleep that out and just sort of like put a big like fucking like flash spoiler shit on that.
Yeah.
That
I will probably do that because you done fucked up, Kire.
I done fucked up.
Yeah.
I apologize.
It'd be, I don't know if it's gotta be weird like calling you Kire, but I just think it's normal, especially since we both have the same name.
Yeah, we have the same name, so it just if one of us like
different.
says like if one of us says like Eric, it just the other is like, thanks, Eric. You're welcome, Eric. I know, right, Eric?
How you doing, Eric? Oh, I'm doing all right, Eric. All right.
Yeah, like the only way we're gonna be able to like differentiate between the two of us is just to call us by our aliases.
But yeah. Oh, what the fuck?
Dog.
Fuck you. You fucking piece of shit, Doge. Okay, but as I was saying, you know the whole screaming and silence thing, and the ending. You know that correlates, right?
Oh my god, you're right. That does.
Right? Oh. Isn't like at first I didn't see it, but somebody pointed that out. I was like, holy shit, you're right. Holy shit. So that just made the ending more intense. What's this bloodstain here?
Oh yeah.
He died by falling off.
Yeah, he died by just falling right on there.
I wonder if these bloodstains are because of that, dude.
Probably it's people who decided that it would be a good idea to attack the NPCs, and then were sorely mistaken.
Well, I did that in my last run. I could not beat this dude, and I am pretty much stuck here. Try attacking.
How about no?
No. Wait. Applaud this No. Wait. Yes. Wait.
4. Yeah, you did it.
Oh.
What does it say? Now the real fight begins, and then don't give up. Cool.
Okay, cool. Yeah, these weren't here the last time.
Try
thrust. Okay.
Classic Souls community.
I tried it. Nothing's working. Right, this is.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if she swings that way.
Hey, you never know. She might want some of that woomph.
She may want that one, or maybe she don't swing at all. Maybe she not the kind who about that life.
All right, so wait, there was something about leveling up at a bonfire. So what can I do here? Attune spells.
Actually, no, wait. I remember. The one who does the leveling up is actually her. She levels you up.
Oh. So I had to talk to her. Last time I talked to her, but she seems to be talking a lot, so I wasn't sure if she was important or not.
Yeah, well, yeah. Characters will try to explain themselves.
Wait, did I interrupt the thing? Well, shit. I guess I can't move at all.
Just kind of like listen.
Okay. I'm Here we go. I'll just pet her hair. Pet that beautiful hair of hers. Wait.
To this one? I think so. Yeah.
Oh shit! Level up. Nice. Oh, I don't think I want to do that. I'm kind of taken.
It's secretive.
Touch the darkness. I cannot tell you how dirty that sounds. Anyways, what am I doing? Vigor, attunement, endurance.
Okay, yeah. Endurance usually handles like how much you can. Wait, actually, go to endurance. I think they might have changed it a bit, if I remember correctly. Mm-hmm. Like, if you move them up and down a bit, you can see what they affect. Yeah, endurance improves your stamina, essentially, and some of your defenses. Strength improve. Okay, like there are weapons that do more damage based on how much strength or dexterity you have. Like dex-based weapons are usually the faster, quicker ones, and will only do more damage the more dexterous you are. Strength-based weapons, like the axe that you have, for instance, do more damage based on how much strength you have. Intelligence is for magic in general sense. Faith is for like the defensive cleric spells. Luck, that just affects the chances of like discovering items, which is kind of a bullshit thing if you ask me. Attunement, I believe, affects how much magic you can have. Like I remember Dark Souls 1, attunement allowed you to have multiple slots for different or multiple magic spells. So if you want to be using a lot of magic, you could have like a lot of slots, but sometimes you only need a certain set amount of slots before you're satisfied and had your fill of slots.
So how does this look? 1 vigor, 1 attunement, 1 endurance, 1 strength.
I'd say so, yeah.
Let's do it.
I mean, considering your build, you want to make... Well, intelligence, like, also may play an aspect into, like, your pyromancy as well, because it is kind of like a magic base. So, it's a balance of, like, your strengths and magic.
Mm.
Mark of Ash will guide thee to the land of the lost.
Okay.
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 Look at this fucking guy.
Oh.
Look at his...
He has a mushroom head.
It's
a mushroom ghost. Oh, he looks cool. Hey, dude.
Hey, dude.
Alright, so I'm guessing I'm done with her.
I suppose so, yeah.
This old lady doesn't do anything, does she?
Yeah, she does.
She does?
She does.
Okay. I thought she just talks.
I mean, she sells you stuff.
Oh, cool. You gotta really like just sit here and listen and be patient, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, this whole game was about patience when it comes to fighting, when it comes to talking to people.
Yeah. I mean, like, the answers exist just so long as you, like, look and listen.
Yeah.
Now, it's hard to say what, like, the story of Dark Souls 3 specifically was. I'm haven't really looked that much, like, into it, and at the moment I'm not really going to be in a position where I can really interpret as well.
Mm-hmm.
But the story of Dark Souls 1 was essentially a rather complicated story about, like, how of, like, darkness and light, and how essentially there was nothing except for, like, these eternal dragons made of stone, essentially, and where time stood still. And then the fire that gave life to the various forms of humanity that exist came about. And then things started happening. Time essentially started moving, and within time, humanity learned to harness this fire and fought against dragons, and then reigned over.
Damn, dude.
And there were, like, different classes of humans. I believe there was, like, godlike humans. There were, like, lower class humans. And, like, the godlike humans essentially had this big run where they, like, had this whole kingdom and everything. Yeah, if I remember, there was a fire, and the fire was split into, like, 4 people. There were the Sisters of Chaos, there was Nito, the undead, there was the ancestor of all of humanity, and then there was, what was his name? I forgot. He was, like, the king, godlike dude. It's gonna kill me what his name was. I think it was just Lord Gwyn? I think it was. Let me look that up real quick so I don't look like an asshole.
Alright, I try to get more souls out of those items. Apparently they weren't enough. Alright, let's talk to...
Yeah, it was Gwyn. Lord of the Sun.
No, I can't really do anything here, huh?
Yeah, because you don't got a lot of souls.
Well, I got souls, but it's like, it says I need some items.
Yeah, you need items to, like, improve, or... Yeah, this allots the kind of things. This depends on, like, how many healing flasks and how many, like, magic flasks you want to have.
Yeah.
So if you want to focus more on health than magic...
I think I'm pretty good with 3 in 1. With the mercenary, I switched it all to health because I can't really use magic. I remember there's this tiny dude here. Let me get over.
Well, there's one thing you can use magic for in the mercenary, and that's weapon arts. When you double wield, when you two-hand a weapon, you can use weapon arts to do an impressive display attack.
Huh, that's cool.
An impressive display of an attack. Oh yeah, this is one of the lords.
Yeah, I just remember he talks to you and he's like, I may be tiny, but I'll be big one day. Like,
And
sure,
it's like,
kid, sure.
Don't talk shit about me. Back in my day, I was a Lord of Cinder, and I did some really big things. You wouldn't believe. The biggest.
The biggest things, because I was big. You get it? And you're like, no, I don't get it. Anyways,
Yeah,
anything else to do around here? His message.
Oh yeah. There's there are some, like, little hidden things littered all around this place. It just kind of, like, takes a good eye and a good agility to find them. Holy King Lothric. Okay, so, like, in this original Dark Souls lore, with the splitting of all these 4 flames, they were essentially, like, the elements of the world, so to speak. But, like, the big flame that started everything started, like, dying out. And there ended up being this great big ordeal where humanity was cursed with an undead, like, curse, where essentially they would...
Die.
Yeah, they couldn't die, and eventually they would lose their minds in their half, like, and they're sort of like weird half-life immortality kind of thing.
Huh.
And
Yeah.
the only way they would be able to extend their lives is by getting the Dark Soul, which is humanity. There would be like these black sprites. They were like literal dark souls, which were essential for retaining their humanity.
Roll credits.
And
I'm sorry.
and the only way to do that is by like lighting the flames at the bonfires you would see throughout the game. So this was essentially like a kind of a task to sort of like, okay, the only way to like kind of counter against this undead curse was to essentially help keep the flame burning. But it's also likely that that was probably a conspiracy with like the higher gods, like to maintain their rule by getting Lord Nito, the Lord of the Dead, to essentially inflict this undead curse on humanity.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And eventually, yeah, your
Revenge.
hero in Dark Souls 1, yeah, gotta kill that dog again.
But yeah, yeah, that sounds about right from what I can gather from the story. It seems like humanity's basically fucked up. There are these evil rulers, and you are brought back from the dead along with other humans brought back from the dead, and you can't die.
Yeah.
Well, you can die, but you just come back, and it's painful.
I mean, they're not necessarily like evil. They're just kind of like their own game, so to speak. They're kind of like the mightier ones, and it turns out like, see, the thing that you have to do is that you're led on this quest by them to essentially like light the fire, believing it's a noble quest to essentially keep the will of like humanity burning. And it's basically this big kind of like thing where it's like a David Goliath kind of thing where you're this never dying like smaller enemy that goes against these giant enemies, and though like it's likely you will lose, you keep going and going and going, and the only way you would lose is if you give up.
Yeah.
Like the only way you would turn hollow is essentially if you lost your will to carry on, and you play as the chosen undead who is to keep the flame burning. But it is also revealed to you that it's likely that the forces that are requesting this task of you are likely, oh, watch it, this guy is gonna...
He fucked me.
He fucked you hard.
He fucked me up.
He
shit.
Didn't even hold any back. There was
First
no
death of the game. Let's see how many more of those would happen. I need to get
that
my
guy's
souls
like
back.
Unbelievably difficult to kill. You see all those blood stains and everything.
Ah, so that's... The fuck is up with this?
Oh, that's just the world loading in.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Because I saw this before. I was like, am I trapped here? Especially since I had to fight that one dude.
It's just the game trying to load.
That's actually kind of nice to know. Because I saw that once. It's like, I'm trapped. I'm fucking trapped. Okay.
No.
Let's get my souls. And
then get the heck out of there, because there's no way you're going to take this guy.
Are you sure about that?
Well, you can try. I mean, nothing's going to stop you, but if you want any progress to be made and you don't want this entire episode to just be you and this guy...
Okay. I'll fucking...
And just me talking about Dark Souls lore.
Is he still chasing after me?
By the way, I apologize if I'm going on and on about this Dark Souls lore. I'm trying to sum it as quickly as I can, but it is a very complicated story.
Yeah, I bet.
Essentially what it boils down to is like the whole story of like you can either continue to keep the light burning, though it's likely there is no winning in Dark Souls. Essentially you keep the light burning only for it to like eventually die out, because all beginnings come to an end and all endings come to a beginning, essentially. There is no point in ending everything or prolonging anything, because it will just continue regardless of what you do. So you can either decide to give in and essentially let the world drown in darkness, or you can keep the light burning a little while longer.
So, is this what I want to do? Go over to a different place?
Yeah, you want to go to a different place.
I wasn't sure if I explored the whole area, but...
Yeah, no, there's still some like other little bits around. Like there's a way you can get.
There's other places to go, but there's like those fucking hard people blocking them.
Well, there's a way to like a ceiling area that you could eventually get to, but we'll handle that another time.
Why didn't you tell me that?
Well, I'm sorry, I was busy talking about Dark Souls, and you got your ass handed to you by the guy with a giant katana.
He fucked me with his sword.
Oh, the euphemisms, how they keep on coming.
Alright, let's end the episode. Bye.